speak about this wonderful devotee, Ramchandra Prabhu, and I offer my obeisances to Gurudev and all the assembled Vaishnavas. So actually, when we came to Krishna consciousness, we were fairly new at that time. Krishnanand Prabhu used to meet us, and he used to always express this desire that there should be preaching in Navi Mumbai, and he felt that there's a lot of potential there, and he expressed his desire. And as a result, I really feel as a result of his desire, two wonderful Vaishnavas, two soldiers arose there. At that time, there was this devotee, suddenly very loudly, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, very loud. So I was very taken aback, the enthusiasm, the loud, powerful voice, booming voice. It reminded me of Mahaprabhu Prabhu, and I thought that, here is another person who's come, to assist Mahaprabhu Prabhu. And, many people spoke about the fact that how he used to make these announcements in the Science program 3 times, very specific, very unique way of enthusiastically, welcoming newcomers, welcoming all the devotees, and glorifying the speaker of the program. Of course, his contribution to the Navi Mumbai zone, we cannot even imagine. He invited Gaurang Prabhu several times, started doing some very large-scale programs. He invested his personal money. It's not that, it was coming from elsewhere. He was putting his own money, and as many devotees said, it was about creating a friend.
He's ready after this.
Oh, hey, Vaishnav.
But I have another event.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, we are very grateful to you for all the services you gave us everywhere, whether it is Annamrita Foundation or Govardhan Village. And I still remember in Jagannath Puri, when this Govardhan Ashraya, people were coming to register themselves, and daily were coming to the counter and asking me how many people have registered. And I told you also, Maharaj, this is what it is, the story.
Vaishnava Thakura, Dayada Sagara, Hidase Korona. Diya pada chaya, shoda hai amar. Diya pada chaya, shoda hai amar. Tumara charana dhore. Vaishnava Thakura, Dayada Sagara, Hidase Korona kore. Chaya begodami, chaya dosha shodhi, chaya guna dehodase. Chaya begodami, chaya dosha shodhi, chaya guna dehodase. Chaya satsanga, deho hai amar. Chaya satsanga, deho hai amar. Boschi sangida se, ye kaki amar. Nahi payebo, Hare Namo Sankirtane. Ye kaki amar, nahi payebo, Hare Namo Sankirtane. Tumi kripa kori Shraddha bindu diya. Tumi kripa kori Shraddha bindu diya. Deho Krishna namo dhane. Krishna se tuma Krishna dite paro. তোমার শক্তিয়া আছে কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে। আমি তো গঙ্গা ওই বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর, বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর আমি তো গঙ্গা কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি দায়িত্ব পাছে পাছে। আমি তো গঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি দায়িত্ব পাছে পাছে। বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ।
Hare Krishna. Thank you for that beautiful slideshow. And with that, I now ask Sridham Sakha Prabhu.
My humble obeisance to Guru Maharaj and all the Vaishnava devotees. As the name suggests, Vamsidhar, he was carrying that Vamsi to preach Krishna consciousness, to spread the Krishna consciousness in everything in a big way, not a small way at all. You always used to do, even prasadam, you used to see that the prasadam quantity, quality was such that it should inspire others so that they can come again. And he was such a dynamic, he was daring, and he was a one-man show. Where there was preaching, somebody did not come, he used to go and sit and watch us, and he used to deliver the lecture. And when there is for research making, there is no people available, he used to go himself to his kitchen and he used to see that the prasadam is made proper. So whatever he did it in a very big scale, and he was true to his words, thought and action. He never compromised on his thought, his words and action. And he never criticized anybody. He always praised everybody. And his very important slogan is that Mayadas Sada Udas, Krishnadas Bindas. Even his passing away from this material world, he showed how he was never Udas, but he was always Krishnadas. So he was always blissful. One incident I would like to tell that recently when I had gone to a temple, to the hospital, that time Janmapriya Mataji was introducing me to somebody else. And she was saying, he is my counselor. So immediately Prabhuji corrected. Don't say he is my, he say he is our counselor. So even the consciousness which was there even during that time is very, very important. So he did not want anything for him. He always thought of others and how to please others. So I can still appreciate whatever he has done for our Guru Maharaj, for the ISKCON and Prabhupada in general. And the voice he had, he was like a lion roaring, but at heart he was very mild. And anybody could approach him. And whatever the mistakes he would try to find, he would try to see that it is corrected at the same moment, not making offended. So I wish I had some of these qualities. I pray at the feet of the Lordship to bestow their blessings on. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Can I say? I think all the qualities of Vamsidhar Prabhu has been repeated. Already been told. There's nothing more. But one thing was he was fearless and outspoken, and also he didn't tolerate injustice to devotees. He used to fight for that. He used to give his opinion openly, and he used to speak boldly. He was very bold. He used to speak boldly. And whatever he did, he is up to 100% used to do. So that's all I can say. And I pray to Sri Sri Radha Gopinath that wherever he has taken them, of course, he will be continuing his services as a lion only there also. And we like to follow in his footstep also. And I pray that Lord Gopinath will give strength to her Janapriya Mataji and continue her services following in the footsteps of Sri Vamsidhar Prabhu, and which she will definitely do. She is very strong in Krishna consciousness. My humble obeisances to Srila Gurudev and all the Vaishnavas. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, Mataji. You all have been extremely instrumental in the formative years of the Krishna consciousness of Janvapriya Mataji and His Grace Vamsidhar Prabhu. And we really thank you for that, your contribution towards that. Hare Krishna. And now I request Bal Swarup Prabhu, and after that, Sri Sakhi Mataji to kindly be ready. And I request you to please be brief. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. My respectful obeisances to my Guru Maharaj and all the assembled devotees. Vamsidhar Prabhu possesses many qualities, and today I would like to dwell upon some of his prominent qualities. One of the qualities he possessed was he was a magnanimous soul, and you know that he was black in complexion. So he often used to tell me, "Hum kale hai to kya hua, but dil wale hai." And truly, he was a magnanimous soul, and his heart was big enough to accommodate all of us in Navi Mumbai. I remember distinctly when I shifted to Navi Mumbai in 2008. I didn't know anyone here. I got his number from some devotee, and I called him. So when I called him for the first time, he said, "You can directly come to my home and stay with me at CBD Belapur." And this was really unbelievable. We didn't know each other then, but he extended himself so much for me to make me feel home. So since then, our relationship was like that of a father and a son. So after a few years, when I felt sick, I remember my family was not around, and he came to my home. He took me to his home, where I stayed there for almost 4 to 5 days, and I got recovered. But at that point of time, both Vamsidhar Prabhu and Janvapriya Mataji served me like their child for 4 to 5 days. I also remember when I decided to buy a new home at Navi Mumbai, he came with a few lakhs of rupees to help me in down payment. And it's not only with me, but with everyone in Navi Mumbai. He reciprocated like this. And that's why he holds a very special place in everyone's heart. He developed in Navi Mumbai a community where everyone we can stay together like a family and practice Krishna consciousness together. He also developed a very, very good relationship with everyone, irrespective of age, be it a child or old person or a brahmachari. And that was primarily because of his friendly nature and helping nature. You know that Vasudeva Kutumbakam, that was his mood. And he would consider everyone as his family member. He would take everyone along with him in book distribution or any event, even for a prasadam, everywhere he would take everyone and he would conduct program. I remember, we know that Radhakumina temple is so far away from Navi Mumbai, and we were missing that kind of atmosphere in Navi Mumbai. So he created a temple away from temple, Radhakumina temple. He created an environment like Radhakumina temple at Navi Mumbai, and gave us an opportunity, ample opportunities for seva. So I just give one example of cooking seva, which we would start early in the morning on Saturday, every Saturday, which would last up to 5 p.m. and then we would go home. We would come back again for the program. We would stay till 11 o'clock in the program. So entire day was filled with so many sevas. And in this way, he created oasis in the desert like Navi Mumbai, which is far away from Radhakumina temple. He never compromised in quality and quantity as well when it comes to serve Srila Prabhupada. I remember he would often tell me, what we are doing for Srila Prabhupada is nothing in comparison with what he has done for us. So in gratitude, we should do all our program in a way to uphold the name of Srila Prabhupada. I still remember he said, anyone who comes to the program should leave the program with the appreciation and gratitude for Srila Prabhupada. And to give such experience to everyone, he never compromised with the quality and quantity of the program. And he's known for his uniqueness. He's unique in many ways. He's unique in his action, his decision, and his approach. I remember everyone knows that how impactful his announcement was, his kirtan was, and he was unique in book distribution as well. We remember he would set up a big pandal, large pandal in front of Balaji temple, where all Navi Mumbai devotees would assemble and do book distribution. Entire day we would dance in kirtan and distribute the book. He would arrange for prasadam for everyone throughout the day, in the afternoon as well as in the evening. So he would convert. He knew the art of converting every event into the festival. So that was Vamsidhar Prabhu. He was unique in fund collection, as many devotees have mentioned, and he was unique in rewarding the people for his seva. You know that he would reward with trophy, and you go and visit everyone home in Navi Mumbai, there will be at least one trophy with his in his home. And I remember he even gave it one trophy to an auto driver. He was a Muslim background, and he gave it to him a trophy. So in this way, he would make all of us feel that we have achieved something in reciprocation with our little seva. He was unique in temple. For example, you know that the idea and concept of a big home temple altar that comes from him. He has a temple big, like 6 feet long and 5 foot tall in his home, and he inspired all his councillors to have such a big temple. So if you visit Navi Mumbai and devotees' home, you would find a big, large altars and big deities everyone's home. He was his seva. In his seva, he was like a Hanuman. He believed in making a giant leap like Hanuman. I remember one humorous pastime with him. We were returning from, it was a hot day in the month of May. We were returning from Radhakumina temple after a Sunday feast program, and we wanted to have ice cream. So we entered an ice cream shop, and I ordered my favorite flavor of ice cream, one scoop. And I asked him, what would you like? What is your favorite flavor? So he ordered 6 to 7 flavors. And I told him, are you eating here, or you are taking home? He said, I will eat here all these scoops. So he ate all the scoop. For example, 1 spoon of ice cream was equivalent to 1 scoop from him. So every step, it was like a giant step for him. He conducted GCL in Navi Mumbai. It was the first Gita Champion League in Navi Mumbai, where the highest number of participants took part. And he took care of each and every student participating in this Gita Champions League. And you know that he was one of the main leader in Radha Gopinath temple. He not only organized as a leader, not only organized the big program in Navi Mumbai, but he developed all of us in organizing this program at our respective places. Now we have 6 to 7 centers apart from Belapur where program is going on. So all these centers are like offshoot of CBD Belapur, which he started. And he also developed in preaching by giving us opportunity to deliver lecture in the program through mentorship and to counselorship. I remember at last, some of his key instructions, which are reverberating in my mind always. The first instruction he gave us: comparison, criticism, and complaining are the 3 cancers of the mind. So avoid them. Second instruction, which I always remember, that serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada without any ulterior motive. And third one, you all know that Maya Das, Sada Udas, Krishna Das, Bindas. And he was truly a Bindas devotee and bold devotee. So he would be always known and remembered for his enthusiasm, for his uniqueness in seva and organizing big events, for his generosity, for his fatherly affection, leadership, and he would be always remembered as an example of dedication to serving Guru and the mission. He was like my father, and we would miss him forever. We will always remain grateful to him, indebted to him for what he has done for us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for those beautiful, sweet memories you have shared, Bal Swarup Prabhu. And with that, I now request Her Grace Sri Sakhi Mataji to give her offering, and Her Grace Anandini Sundari Mataji to please be ready to speak next.
Hare Krishna. My humble obeisance to Sri Radhanath Maharaj and my humble obeisance to all the assembled Vaishnavas. There are no words to describe my gratitude to Vamshidhar Prabhu. He was a very special person to my family. He was a moral support to us. He was very dear to Venu Krishna Das. Both were like brothers with very good bonding. He was the one who introduced us to the Airoli congregation. Vamshidhar Prabhu was a person full of joy, happiness, and a person who was very positive in his approach. He was very appreciative. He had very valid solutions to whatever problems he came up with. With full enthusiasm, he would execute all his services. He has always served the congregation. And his famous words are tan, man, dhan. He used to always say, jo bhi karne ka hai, tan, man, dhan se karo. He used to say, whatever we do, we have to do it with full conviction. We have gone to a lot of yatras with Prabhuji and Mataji, and all the yatras were very, very memorable. Even before we bought tickets for my daughter's marriage, he had already purchased his tickets, 3 tickets. Just imagine his enthusiasm. And he was a fatherly figure to my daughter also. Even when he came back from hospital this time, he just, it so happened that I had called him, and he called me back, and he said, Mataji, you know something, my condition was very bad. I was already on my way to meet Venu Krishna Prabhu. But all the prayers of Guru Maharaj, of Radhanath Maharaj, and all the Vaishnavas have brought me back to my house again. That's what he said. He said, no, Prabhuji, we can't afford to lose you also. He had a very, very glorious end, I should say. And really, really, he was very, very fortunate soul. So many people were chanting for him, doing special prayers. And because he has done so much to the congregation, we were all very, very obliged, and we were all very happy to do for him whatever we could do from our side right now. So his end only reminded me of a beautiful shloka of Kulashekar Alvars in the Mukundamala Stotra, where they say, Shatruchadaika mantram sakala upanishad Vakya Sampujya Mantram, Samsarottara Mantram, Samuchita Tamasa, Sangha Niryana Mantram, Sarvaik Swarvaika Mantram, Vyasana Bhujaga, Sandashta Santana Mantram, Jihve Shri Krishna Mantram, Japa Japa Satatam, Janma Safalya Mantram. I can say Prabhuji has made his life Janma Safalya by just being in contact with this holy name, by chanting and people chanting for him. He's made his life Safalya. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, Mataji, to talk. Thank you, Haribol.
Hare Krishna. I thank you, Mataji. And now I request Anandini Sundari Mataji to please give your offering. After which I request Anand Ram Prabhu and Shashi Manohar Prabhu to please be ready. Please be brief. We have a few minutes only.
Hare Krishna. Humble obeisances to Guru Maharaj and all the Vaishnavas. Airoli Congregation program was started in 2010 by Vedmata Mataji at my house, and after that when we wanted to start it in Balaji temple, she told me to call Vanshidhar Prabhu and ask for a speaker. So on my request, Vanshidhar Prabhuji personally came to Airoli and he introduced me with Venu Krishna Prabhu and Sri Sakhi Mataji, and he told me that they will take care of congregation and he will be giving the lecture. That time he supported me like a father, and he was very happy. He said that initially we were staying in Airoli, and we are very happy to see that some small congregation program is developing here. So there are many things which as a neophyte I can learn from him. He was very enthusiastic, supporting, happy-go-lucky, and yet very humble personality. And he had a great quality of appreciation. Though I was doing very little for congregation, he used to appreciate me like anything, which made me, motivated me to do many things for the congregation. He was very good organizer. He used to think very big, to organize big Kirtan Mela, children's program, book distribution, everything. He always kept all the Navi Mumbai congregation together so that we all felt like, you always feel like a family. He was very vibrant and ready to help everyone. There are many things which we can talk on him, and many other qualities all the senior devotees have talked about him. But I can say only we have lost a great supporter and motivator, and no one can fill this loss. And I pray at the lotus feet of Radha Gopinath to give strength to Janava Priya Mataji, and saying thank you to all of you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Anandini Sundari Mataji. And now I request Anand Ram Prabhu to please give your offering. After which I request Shashi Manohar Prabhu and Madan Murari Prabhu to kindly speak and be brief. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam to all devotees, and please accept my humble verses, Guru Maharaj and all the devotees. Great devotees leave behind inspiring memories and teachings. Now, this is just not a saying with Vamsida Prabhu. On the day of his departure also, he left a moment of inspiration. Like he was there and we were all there visiting, and there was this, I came across this person, elderly person by the name Mr. Dixit Lu, and he was sharing his memory that Vamsida Prabhu happened to meet him some years back, and this is an Annamrit story actually. And he was telling about how the midday meal programs are being organized, and he showed some interest. And the very next day, Prabhuji had calls him and he says that I'll be there at your right at your place. I'm bringing my car, and can go to the one of the kitchen, and you can directly go there and have a visit. And he was so enthusiastic that Mr. Dixiklu was unable to say no. He went there, and enthusiastically Prabhuji showed all the kitchen of Annamrita. And when he had just made a gesture to know about this program, and Prabhuji was so enthusiastic in implementing this. He like once he decides, then there is no moment of hesitation, or there is no thinking back. And Dikshitlu was telling on the same day of this passage, while he was taking the darshan of Vamsida Prabhu, that I was really obliged to make a check and give it to him. So this is like one of the teachings, like great people, great visionaries give us. He is a kingly leader. Actually, many people said he's a king. He is like a lion. Yes, truly, he has. And the great quality of a leader is that he generates leaders who will succeed him and support him. And he supported them at every stage. So now in Navi Mumbai, because of his guidance, his approaches, his tactics, his guidance, so many congregation programs, devotional programs are there. And the great part of it was he used to be omnipresent. There was no program where we could not feel the presence of Vamsida Prabhu. And it was like remarkable. He was there, and especially in the start of the new congregation programs. I remember in Khargar, where programs had started with the help of at Santosh Nimai Prabhu's place and Balsupla place, at my place. Prabhuji happened to visit each of our homes and used to encourage and guide us. And used to say, we have a vision. We should dream like Prabhupada. We should have at least 20 centers in Navi Mumbai. And yes, we are on the way. And definitely his guidance and exemplary actions will definitely be inspiring to us. And some of the things become, some of my personal experience with him was on my marriage day, I went to invite him for my marriage, and he said that actually I would love to, but then I was instruction from Govind Prabhu that I should stop attending marriages. I have to slowly plan for my Vanaprastha, and then it was a little not a very good emotion that I had to share. I wanted his presence and Mataji's presence for the kind blessings. But then because he said we cannot be present because of this instruction we have received. So immediately after marriage and the reception on the day, we happened to, on the way back home. So we first visited Prabhuji and Mataji. And as the devotees are saying, the generous gesture of the person, spontaneously he takes one of the very, very rare photographs in his home. The village of Srila Prabhupada is still there as a momentum from him. And he gives it to me. It's a very large size photograph, very rare, very not easily available photograph. And he says, this is for you, Anandram and Advish Priya. And unforgettable experience. And during my time of the first marriage anniversary, we used to have a lot of programs, of course, but we never used to have a program where devotees, already existing devotees, would calmly and have a piece of time and have a nice Ishta Goshti. So we had a small discussion. I was just expressing like, is that can we have an opportunity where two counseling groups, that is Madan Murai Prabhu's counseling group and your own counseling group, we can all have a nice Ishta Goshti. And then he was spontaneous. He said, my home is open. And so then he opened his door, which is a Vaikunta actually. It's one of the Bhuloka Vaikunta, to both the counseling groups. And it was a very nice Kirtan program and a nice prasadam and a feast organized for all the devotees. Next was one of the moments, like the concept. This is a very rare concept I've never heard in ISKCON. That is something called as a joint grand deity welcoming program. And this, we never understood what was the vision. Slowly I am able to understand, like each one of the devotees have a deity welcoming, and then the different days, different people will be welcoming their deities, and entire congregations are coming. So there will be so many multiple programs. So he said, let us have an exemplary program. So like that, we had like 3-4 years, we had a big mega size joint grand deity welcome program, like 3-4 devotee families were welcoming their deities. So again, I'm very obliged to Janva Priya Mataji and Vamsida Prabhu for helping us to welcome the deities at our home and many other devotees. Also, I also see Vamsida Prabhu as a very great team player. That is like when the CDD in Navi Mumbai was formed. So we were very apprehensive, like how will Prabhuji cooperate? He's very senior, and we are comparatively new in and younger people. But he never made us feel like that. And when the time came as an instruction and appeal from the temple that all the senior devotees, even if they are initiated, should do an IDC course. And coincidentally, I had this opportunity to organize a IDC course. And Prabhuji said one day that I would like to enroll for this course. And then for the first time, I could see how good he is a participant. So whatever activity he does with a full flow. And he was one of the teams. And coincidentally, today I met one of the participants in the team in the IDC course, and he was telling, like, Prabhuji was actually demonstrating how to do book distribution. They were given a skit in the IDC course. Groups were given some skits, and in the skit, their group chose how to do book distribution. And Prabhuji took the lead role. His most fond service of book distribution. He was directly demonstrating how you should do book distribution, and they did a very nice skit. And I was like thinking, like, oh, so even senior devotees can, such senior devotee can take up this such nice role of doing this, being a very nice participant. And a small request from Mrinali Mataji, who is a real daughter in spirit, and she has requested to speak some 2-3 lines. And I know there's shortage of time. And she says that all the girls, the devotee girls whom they got married, they see to him as their actual father, and they have helped. He has helped them very in all their aspects of life with love. And not only that, the devotee boys who are getting married, he is also very considerate that he welcomes their wives as his own daughter-in-laws. So all the devotees, all the children, all were actually were in spirit relatives for him, and always helpful. So Mamsida Prabhu, yes, we will definitely face his physical loss, but I would love and pray to Sri Radha Gopinath Ji that I will always remember his memories and teachings, and by his teachings, instructions and demonstrations, he will be always with us. And by his this instruction, like everybody speaking, this Maya ka das, Sada Udas, Krishna ka das, Bindas. So we'll give you a very solace to be pushing our ISKCON movement in the further years. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Anand Ram Prabhu, for your sincere offering. And now I request Shashi Manohar Prabhu and Madan Murari Prabhu to kindly give your offerings one after another. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. My humble obeisances to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, my spiritual master. My humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. So my association with Vanshida Prabhu started in 2009 when I was introduced by Balswarup Prabhu. And in the very first meeting, even though he didn't know me, he embraced me so tightly and with so much love and affection that I was surprised how much love and affection he has even for devotees who are not known to him. And immediately he asked me to take a rented flat in his society. And that was my great fortune that I got to stay very close to him for almost 3 years. And during those time, I got to see the wonderful Vaishnava qualities which Vanshida Prabhu had. First of all, I got 2 benefits. One, I was immediately engaged in devotional service in Belapur congregation program. And I could see Prabhuji's dedication, devotion for the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Even though he was facing so much challenge from the society members, he was facing non-cooperation from devotees who would not come up for the program on time. And even they would not come for the programs. But still he was whole and soul in conducting the programs. And his dedication, his preparedness for programs, his enthusiasm became the gold standard for Navi Mumbai congregation. The second benefit which I got by staying very close to him was the personal association. He would call me in the morning for chanting. We would chant together. He would read from Srila Prabhupada books. We would have breakfast together. And that close association gave me so much of his spiritual nourishment that became the foundation of my spiritual life. He also encouraged me to give lectures in Hindi. And he would point out so many mistakes and rectifications, which I'm very grateful to Vanshida Prabhu. He was very jolly, very happy. But whenever I used to give lecture, I used to be very serious, very grave, and he was always encouraged me to be happy, be smiley. Yes, Vanshida Prabhu, you brought a smile to my face. You brought a smile to the so many devotees in Navi Mumbai congregation, and you are part of every family. Every family considers you part of their family, and you consider everyone to be part of your family. You imbibe the feeling of Vasudev Kutumbakam. You never called your home as your home. You always called it is 603 building number 3 or Prabhupada's quarter. You never had attachment for anything material, and as everybody mentioned that you always wanted devotees to be inspired by Prabhupada's dedication. What he did at the age of 70, you always mentioned this, and you gave inspiration to all of us. Thank you so much. Because of paucity of time, I am stopping my offering. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much for being brief, Shashi Manohar Prabhu. And now I request Madan Murari Prabhu to please speak. And shortly we will have Gurudev, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, give his offering. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My obeisances to Guru Maharaj and all the devotees. Dear Vamshidhar Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Prabhuji, I can't believe that I am writing a Shraddhanjali offering to you. Very hard to believe that you are no more with us. First, Venukrishna Prabhuji left us due to COVID, and now you. Certainly, it is a tough time for Navi Mumbai devotees to bear your loss. Although your shining example will continue to inspire us always. What can I say about you? Like others have mentioned already, that you are such a dynamic personality, expert in every field. Let it be book distribution, arranging big programs, fundraising, and in a grand way, leading the entire Navi Mumbai congregation by being a huge support to each and every devotee here. But one uniqueness was that you could connect to each and every devotee, let be old one, middle-aged person, or a little boy. You can very well connect with them and be their friend. You are endowed with so many wonderful qualities that it would be difficult to express it. But what I have admired is, although you are a so busy person in the temple doing a lot of services and work commitments, because they were very huge, yet you so beautifully knew the art of caring for your family. Many a times you tend to take family members, we tend to take family members granted if we are too busy. But the way you cared for Janva Priya Mataji has been so very inspiring. We got to witness this from your initial days. Whatever you did, you always saw to it that Mataji is comfortable. I remember you once mentioned that I wash my own clothes daily. Why should I trouble my wife for that? And you continued doing it till you went to the hospital. After Mataji went to that big health crisis, you took such wonderful care of her. Daily chopping the vegetables for her, helping in cleaning the house so that Mataji doesn't have to do much. Even during our conversation in last few months, not once did you speak about your physical pain, but you only concerned with Mataji's health. In all these years, we have attended many marriage ceremonies and heard how a role of husband should be, that providing physical, emotional, and spiritual care to his wife. But you are a shining example of this. Not only did you love and care for Mataji, but you were so inspired by her and you always felt proud of her. In our last conversation over the phone, just a week before your departure, you were glorifying Janva Priya Mataji so much, saying that how strongly she stood and faced this calamity all alone. All this appreciation shows how you respected her. Such combination is very rare to find someone who is serving in the front line for so many temple projects, yes, being so sensitive, loving, and caring for his family members. Thank you, Prabhuji, for all your love and affection for all these years. We are very grateful to you. We pray that we can serve you through serving Janva Priya Mataji the way it would please you. Seeking your blessings, your servant Madan Murari Das and Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Madan Murari Prabhu. And now I request His Grace Baldev Prabhu to just say a few words, even though he was very cognizant of the time being short. I request you to please speak, Baldev Prabhu, and after that we will have Guru Maharaj speak. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for organizing this memorial. I hope I am audible to everyone. Yeah. So my connection with Vamsidharpu happened around 18 years back when I was told to do youth preaching in Navi Mumbai in 2003. We went to a empty flat in Nerul where Gauranga Prabhu, myself, and few brahmacharis went and broomed the whole place. It belonged to Dayanidhi Prabhu and we wanted to start some youth preaching there. And the whole day was gone in cleaning the place. So Gauranga just called Vamsidhar Prabhu, who had also shifted to Navi Mumbai that time, and told that there are some brahmacharis here who are very hungry, so please feed them. So he got a very big feast all the way from his home to the Nerul base and he served all of us. That was my first meeting with Vamsidhar Prabhu. And Gauranga told him that, now this Baldev Das will come to preach here and then you kindly help him in taking care of devotees in the base. And since that time, 18 years down the line, Vamsidhar Prabhu has through and through helped us so much in the youth preaching. So many devotees who came in the base, they got so much of love and appreciation from him. Many of the devotees in the base gradually became grahasthas, they became his counselors. And the journey is still going on. Actually, it's very difficult to speak about. I still feel where should I start and where should I end? 18 years down the line, I've been serving along with him in Navi Mumbai for many, many years. And as I see that many devotees spoke beautiful pastimes, stories about him, how he could connect a chord with even a small child and up to great spiritual masters also. And I felt like that because he was very childlike. A child is always appreciated by anyone, right? From a small child, children would appreciate a small child. Even the elderly people also appreciate a small child. Vamsidhar Prabhu's innocence was like a child. I could see that innocence coming up. In spite of his leadership position in Navi Mumbai, he always maintained that childlike position. I'll just give you some small briefs of how he was a childlike person. One day I was in a Belapur program, and this happened many times. I'm just giving one program. So I was sitting with him and I was honoring Prasadam, and he was going around all devotees and talking with them, and he came and sat next to me. And with me, next to me, were all base devotees who were also taking Prasadam. So he was talking to me, and he just picked up one papad from the plate of one base devotee and he ate it. The base devotee got shock of his life. He was thinking, Are, such a great leader, he's taking my Mahaprasad, And he was so shocked. I could see the whole face of my devotee from the base, that he's eating prasadam from his jhuta, from his leftover, that papad which is already beaten by him. He took that, Vamsidhar started eating it. And nonchalantly, he ate something and he felt it's not so good. Again, kept it back in the plate. You eat now. So that was Vamsidhar Prabhu. You just cannot believe what he will do next. Childlike innocence. I also remember many years back when His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was about to leave for America. So Vamsidhar Prabhu got a bunch of kind of notes, lot of rupees. And he told Maharaj, please take. Maharaj was about to enter the vehicle, about to go to the airport. Maharaj, please take. So Maharaj asked, what is this? And Vamsidhar Prabhu said, this is pocket money for you, Maharaj. So Maharaj said, I don't have pocket and I don't need money. Haribol. So that was the innocence which Vamsidhar Prabhu carried, where he could actually get into anyone's heart very easily. And there are so many beautiful anecdotes of how he would connect with each and every devotee in the congregation. Sometimes he would have tough decisions to take and he would be having little bitter relationship. But the next day he was always there. You could see him sometimes offering obeisance, full obeisance on the road, even to devotees whom he had fought with. So this was Vamsidhar Prabhu, an amazing Vaishnava, and it's a very, I still do not believe that I am attending a memorial of Vamsidhar Prabhu. I'm just thinking that Vamsidhar Prabhu is down there somewhere in Navi Mumbai in Belapur. And when the pandemic is gone, then we'll have many programs with Vamsidhar Prabhu inviting us, and we'll invite Vamsidhar Prabhu to our programs. So Ekaki Amara Nahi Paya Bal. Actually, everyone in our temple, in our Navi Mumbai congregation is feeling this. That Ekaki Amara Nahi Paya Bal. We were all working together with Vamsidhar Prabhu. Now how that will happen anymore in the future. So with a heavy heart, we have really lost a very important person amidst us, a caretaker, a fatherly figure, a friend, and this loss is irreplaceable. And there are many devotees who actually did not join the memorial today for speaking because they just could not speak. I could say Gaurang Prabhu is one such example. He's a very vivid speaker. He can speak so long, but he spoke very less. And I know that he was, after his speech, he must have really cried behind his laptop. In fact, on the day when he left his body on Sridhar Prabhu, I got a call at 9:30 p.m. from Adhanan Prabhu, and he said, I'm feeling so heavy after losing Sridhar Prabhu, just called you just to open my heart and hear from you. So there are so many devotees in our congregation who are really feeling a big loss, and just hoping and praying that Krishna gives us strength so that we can go ahead and serve Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj without Sridhar Prabhu, but taking his spirit in our life. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Baldev Prabhu. And now I request Guru Maharaj to kindly take over, say a few words, share your wisdom with us. Our souls are pained by this loss. Please share some words of solace, Maharaj, and you may do kirtan after that if you please to. Thank you. Over to His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhishesha Shunyavadi Paschyatyate Shatarine Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sridhar Prabhu, he has brought our whole community together by his life of devotion, his compassion, and his extraordinary contributions.
বংশীধর প্রভু আমাদের সমস্ত সামুদায়িক ভক্তজনকে একসঙ্গে নিয়ে এসেছেন। আমরা যেমন সকলে বলছিলাম যে তিনি সমস্ত ভক্তদের হৃদয়ের খুব নিকটতম ছিলেন। এই বছর আমাদের অনেক অনেক প্রিয় ভক্তরা যারা শ্রী শ্রী রাধা গোপীনাথ এর ভক্তরা, ইসকনের ভক্তরা, তারা এই জগৎ থেকে অন্তর্ধান হয়েছে। যেভাবে এই বছরগুলো এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে আমরা এটা বুঝতে পারছি যে যে ভক্তরা যারা আমাদেরকে ছেড়ে চলে যাচ্ছেন তারা আমাদের ভক্ত সমুদায়ের কত গুরুত্বপূর্ণ অংশ। কৃষ্ণ গীতাতে বলছেন নেহা বিক্রম নাশস্তি, যে যা কিছুই ভগবানের ভক্তির উদ্দেশ্যে ভক্তিতে করা হয় সেটা কোনোদিন ক্ষয় হয় না। কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি হচ্ছে শাশ্বত এবং আমাদের ভক্তি হচ্ছে শাশ্বত। আমরা সবসময়ের জন্য শাশ্বত। আমরা এই শরীর নয়, আমরা হচ্ছি আত্মা। একজন বৈষ্ণবের যে শরীর, সেটা পূর্ণ জগতের জন্য একটি বড় উপহার। যেহেতু আমরা সকলে এটা প্রয়াস করছি যে আমরা এই শরীরটাকে আমরা আত্মার থেকে যুক্ত করতে পারি, আর যখন এই শরীর ত্যাগ করে আমরা চলে যাই, যে আমরা যে কোনো পরিস্থিতিতে আমরা থাকি, আমরা যে দেখি বংশীধর প্রভু আর অন্যান্য যে ভক্তরা আমাদেরকে ছেড়ে চলে গেছেন, তারা আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছেন এখনো। আমাদের যে পরস্পরের যে সম্পর্ক সম্বন্ধ, সেটা সব সময়ের জন্য আছে। সেটা এই যে সম্পর্কের যে আধার, সেটা সব সময়ের জন্য তারা করে দিয়ে গেছেন, সব সময় আছে, থাকবে। এটা এই যে মহান আত্মারা যারা আমাদেরকে ছেড়ে চলে গেছেন, তাদেরকে আমরা খুব আমরা অনুভব করছি এখন। কিন্তু আমরা জানি যে কৃষ্ণ ভক্তিতে আমরা কোনোদিন পরস্পরের দূরে যাই না, আমরা সবসময় কাছাকাছি আছি। আমরা সবসময় এক দুজনের কাছে রয়েছি। আমরা যখন গোবর্ধন ইকো ভিলেজে যাই, তো যেখানে যে মেমোরিয়ালের যে ছবি রয়েছে, সেখানে যখন আমি দেখি যে সমস্ত ভক্তদের ছবি, যে আমি যখন সেই ছবির যখন এক একজনের দেখি, তখন এক একজন কি আমরা বুঝতে পারি যে সব সময়ের জন্য সেই ইয়ে রয়েছে। অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ বংশীধর প্রভু, যে আপনি এত সুন্দর প্রেমময়ী ভক্ত ছিলেন আমাদের ভক্ত সমুদায়ের। বংশীধর প্রভুর পুরো জীবন হচ্ছে পুরো সমর্পণের জীবন। আমি কোনোদিন শুনিনি ওনাকে কোনো সেবা তিনি মানা করেছেন। যখন কোনো কিছু ওনার ক্ষমতার বাইরে থাকতো, তাও তিনি মানা করতেন না, তিনি সবসময় বলতেন আমি চেষ্টা করব। আর তারপরে তিনি নিজের হৃদয়ে, মন, সব আত্মা থেকে সেই সেবা করার জন্য চেষ্টা করতেন। ওনার যে উৎসাহ, সেটা অনেক, সেটা সংক্রামিক এবং সবার জন্য খুব আকর্ষণীয় ছিল। তিনি সবসময় চেষ্টা করতেন যাতে তুমি সবার কাছে সবাইকে করুণা করতে পারতে। তিনি যা কিছুই শুনতেন, যা কিছুই পড়তেন, তিনি ভক্ত কিভাবে হতে হয়, সেটাকে তিনি নিজের জীবন বানিয়ে নিতেন। তিনি সবকিছু তার জন্য দেওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকতেন, সেই গুণগুলোই প্রকাশিত করার জন্য। তিনি অনেক সেবায় খুব এগিয়ে এসে করতেন। বিশেষ করে তিনি বিভিন্ন প্রজেক্টে অন্য ভক্তদেরকে তিনি সাহায্য করতেন। ওনার বই বিতরণ সেবার জন্য উৎসাহ খুব অনেক ছিল। ওনার যে ওনার ফান্ড রেজিং যে কালেকশনের জন্য অনেক তো ওনার উৎসাহ ছিল। গোবর্ধন ইকো ভিলেজ, অনামৃত ফাউন্ডেশন, তিনি ফান্ড রেজিং এর লিডার ছিলেন, নেতার মতো ছিলেন। তিনি নির্ভীক, খুব উৎসাহময়ী এবং সব কিছুতে ওনার যে প্রাণ মন তিনি জড়িয়ে দিতেন। ওনার প্রচার, ওনার ভক্তির যে করুণা, তিনি সকলকে এত সামলে ভালোভাবে তিনি সুরক্ষা প্রদান করতেন, সেটা সবার হৃদয়ে একদম জর্জর করে দিত, সবার হৃদয়কে মিলিত, মুগ্ধ করে দিত। ওনার যে কোনো যদি তিনি প্রজেক্ট বা কার্য নিতেন, তিনি যা কিছু দরকার হতো সব কিছু তিনি করার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকতেন। সেটা আর তিনি সবসময় তিনি শ্রীল প্রভুপাদ, শ্রী চৈতন্য মহাপ্রভুর বাণী সব জায়গায় প্রচার করার জন্য চেষ্টা করতেন। যে তিনি যেভাবে ভক্ত হয়েছেন সেভাবেই তিনি চেষ্টা সব দিক থেকে চেষ্টা তিনি করতেন। তিনি সব দিক থেকে প্রচেষ্টা করতেন যে যতটা বাচ্চাদের জন্য বা অন্যান্যদের জন্য, সবার জন্য তিনি চেষ্টা করতেন যাতে তিনি করতে পারেন। গৌরাঙ্গ প্রভু, বলদেব প্রভু সকলে এসে আমাকে বলতেন যে বংশীধর প্রভু কত ভালোভাবে সেবা করছেন। বংশীধর প্রভু খুব শরণাগত ভক্ত ছিলেন। তিনি যখন ওনার ধর্মপত্নী জানবা মাতাজির ক্যান্সার হয়েছিল, তিনি সব দিক থেকে চেষ্টা করছিলেন যে কিভাবে ওনাকে তিনি সাহায্য করবেন। তো এভাবে তিনি সবসময় ওনাকে সব দিক থেকে সাহায্য করতেন। আর সবসময় ওনার প্রচেষ্টা থাকতো যে কিভাবে ওনাকে তিনি আরাম দিয়ে সমস্ত দায়িত্ব কিভাবে তিনি পালন করে নিতে পারেন।
And it was so reciprocal. When Bamsidhar Prabhu had his stroke, I was at that time in California, and I called and I spoke with Janava Priya Devi, and I chanted for Bamsidhar Prabhu. And Janava Priya Devi, with such a depth of sincerity in her heart, she was just praying. And she was asking me to pray that Bamsidhar does not think of anything except Krishna. Please help him to remember Krishna and not think of anything else. While Janava Priya Devi was doing everything to help his body, it was all oriented toward praying for his soul. She wasn't even praying, save his life so that he could live a long time. She knew that was in Krishna's hands. Rather, she prayed, let Bamsidhar remember Krishna at every moment and think of nothing else. And it was Krishna's pastime that he improved and returned to his home. because it was an opportunity for him to really express his gratitude to everyone. His stroke came quite suddenly. I had a beautiful talk with him when he was home. We could see each other because of modern technology. And Bamsidhar Prabhu, he began.
তিনি সবসময় কৃতজ্ঞ থাকতেন। তিনি সবসময় ভক্তিবেদান্ত হসপিটাল বিশেষ করে তিনি খুব কৃতজ্ঞ ছিলেন কিভাবে তিনি সমস্ত ডাক্তাররা এবং সমস্ত স্টাফেরা ওনার যে সেবা করেছিলেন তার জন্য তারা খুব প্রভাবিত, তিনি খুব প্রভাবিত ছিলেন। তিনি সবাইকে ডেকেছিলেন এবং সবাইকে ডেকে তিনি চেষ্টা করেছিলেন যে তিনি সমস্ত প্রত্যেকটা স্টাফকে ডেকে তিনি সবার সেবা বলেছিলেন এবং বলতেন এবং আমাকে খুব তিনি ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন করতেন সমস্ত সবাইকে, আর সবার প্রতি তিনি কৃতজ্ঞ ছিলেন। তিনি সবসময় যখনই তো ওনার কিছু দরকার হতো সবকিছু দেওয়ার জন্য তিনি সবসময় প্রস্তুত থাকতেন। আর ওনার মধ্যে পূর্ণ শুদ্ধ প্রেম ছিল, কোনো রকম আশা নয়, পুরোপুরি একদম নিঃস্বার্থ প্রেম তিনি প্রদান করতেন সবাইকে। প্রকৃত রূপে যদি গৃহস্থ আশ্রমের যদি মাহাত্ম্য দেখা যায় সেটা বংশীধর প্রভু পালন করতেন। বংশীধর প্রভু, জাহ্নবী মাতাজি, ওনারা পরস্পরকে এত সুন্দরভাবে সাহায্য করছিলেন নিজের গৃহস্থ জীবন। তিনি বলতেন যে তিনি অফিসে যোগাযোগ করেছেন এবং তাদেরকে জানিয়েছেন যে সব কিছু থেকে তিনি রিটায়ারমেন্ট নিয়ে নিচ্ছেন, সমস্ত সেবা থেকে তিনি ছাড় মুক্তি নিচ্ছেন, যার ফলে তিনি পুরোপুরি তেনার চেতনা যাতে তিনি কৃষ্ণ ভক্তিতে লাগাতে পারেন আর কৃষ্ণ সেবাতে তিনি দিতে পারেন। তিনি আর কোনো দায়িত্ব তিনি আর নিতে চাইতেন না। তিনি পুরো ফুল টাইম তিনি যাতে এই ভক্তি কার্যতে তিনি যুক্ত হতে পারেন সেটার জন্য প্রয়াস তিনি করছিলেন। তিনি এত কৃতজ্ঞ ছিলেন যে ওনাকে ভক্তিবেদান্ত হসপিটাল থেকে এই সুযোগ প্রদান করা হলো যে তিনি আবার বাড়িতে ফিরে আসতে পারলেন। তিনি আমাকে এবং শ্রীল প্রভুপাদকে সবাইকে তিনি কৃতজ্ঞতা তিনি যাপন করছিলেন। ওনার চেতনা কত সুন্দর ছিল, কত চেতনা, সবসময় তিনি সেবার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকতেন। আর আমি কোনোদিন এত শান্ত আর একদম সূক্ষ্ম ওনার যে খুশি সেটা আমি কোনোদিন ওনার মধ্যে অনুভব করিনি। হ্যাঁ, আমি জানি যে তিনি খুব কৃষ্ণের প্রিয় ছিলেন এবং শ্রী শ্রী রাধা গোপীনাথের ওনারা কিভাবে সেই সুযোগ ওনাকে প্রদান করেছিলেন যাতে তিনি একদম শুদ্ধ চেতনায় তিনি এই জগৎ থেকে তিনি বিদায় নিতে পারেন। বংশীধর প্রভুর যে উদাহরণ, ওনার প্রেম প্রীতি, সেটা আমাদের কাছে সব সময় থাকবে। আমি প্রত্যেক ভক্তের কাছে খুব কৃতজ্ঞ যে আপনারা এত সুন্দরভাবে বংশীধর প্রভুর জন্য প্রেম অর্পণ করলেন। বংশীধর প্রভুর আপনার প্রত্যেকের হৃদয়ের তিনি স্পর্শ করেছেন। তিনি আপনাদের হৃদয়ে স্পর্শ করে ওনারা আপনাদেরকে সেবার ভাবে এভাবে এগিয়ে দিয়েছেন। অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ আপনাদের সকল, অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ গুরুদেব। তো আপনার গুরু মহারাজ অনেক ধন্যবাদ যে আপনি এত আমাদের হৃদয়ে সান্ত্বনা দিলেন। আমাদের অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ মহারাজ। তো আপনি কি কোনো ভজন আমাদের সকলে আসুন আমরা প্রার্থনা করি শ্রী শ্রী রাধা গোপীনাথের কাছে, যাতে আমাদের যে হৃদয়ের যে ফুল ওনার জন্য অর্পণ করার আমরা চেষ্টা করি, যাতে যিনি আমাদেরকে ছেড়ে চলে গেছেন ওনার জন্য কৃতজ্ঞতা যাপন করে।
Jaya Nilo Premadana Karuna Prachur
Karuna Prachur
Jaya Nilo Premadana Karuna Prachur
Jaya Nilo Premadhana Karuna Prachur
Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur
হেন প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর
Kaha Mora Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanatan
কাহা মোর স্বরূপ রূপ কাহা সনাতন
Kaha Dasaragunata Patita Pavan
কাহা দাস রঘুনাথ পতিত পাবন
Kaha Mora Bhata Juga Kaha Kaviraj
কাহা মোর ভট্ট যুগ কাহা কবীরা
Eka Kole Kotha Gela Gauranatharaj
এক কালে কোথা গেলা পুরা নটরা
Hasane Kuthibo Nata Anale Pasibo
পাশানে কুটিব মাথা আনালে পাশিব
গৌরাঙ্গা গুণেরা নিধি কোথা গেলে পাব
গৌরাঙ্গ গুণের নিধি কোথা গেলে পাব
সে সঙ্গা না পায়া খণ্ডে সে সবা সঙ্গীরা সঙ্গে যে খৈল বিলাস
সে সবা সঙ্গীলা সঙ্গে যে কইল বিলা
সে সঙ্গা না পায়া খণ্ডে নরোত্তমদাস
সে সঙ্গ না পাইয়া কাঁদে নরোত্তম দাস
যে অনিল প্রেমধানা করুণা প্রচুর
যে আনিল প্রেম ধন করুণা প্রচুর
হেন প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর
হেন প্রভু কোথা গেলা আচার্য ঠাকুর
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Jayo Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Jayo Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Jayo Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Vanshakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patithanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you very much.
হরে কৃষ্ণ।
Hare Krishna.
আমি গুরু মহারাজের কাছে এবং জন্মাদেবী মাতাজির কাছে আমার আন্তরিক কৃতজ্ঞতা বোধ করছি এবং সেই সমস্ত ভক্তদের কাছে যারা তাদের বংশীধর প্রভুর সুন্দর স্মৃতিচারণা করেছেন এবং রাধা গোপীনাথ মন্দিরের তরফ থেকে সমস্ত ভক্তদেরকে যারা এই অনুষ্ঠানটিতে লগ ইন করেছিলেন অনলাইনে এবং তাদের আশীর্বাদ বর্ষণ করেছেন বংশীধর প্রভুর প্রতি এবং জানদা দেবী মাতাজি, তাদের সবাইকে আমার সমস্ত অপরাধ আপনারা ক্ষমা করে দেবেন। আমি এর জন্য ক্ষমা প্রার্থনা করছি এবং বংশীধর প্রভু আমাদের হৃদয়ে উনি চিরকালের জন্য থাকবেন। জানবা প্রিয়া মাতাজি, আমরা আপনার সাথে আছি সব সময়। সবাইকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ। হরে কৃষ্ণ।